Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Grunberg of Family First Life Cascades, and this is my husband, Dan Grunberg from Family First Life Green Mountain. We wanted to invite you guys all and introduce our new podcast that we're going to be doing weekly. It's called the Family First Life, The Climb. We just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what we're going to be talking about over the next couple weeks. We wanted to invite you guys to start talking about how to make money in commission-only sales. Something that we are super passionate about helping other people do and getting started fast in our business and industry. Going over obviously some sales tips, plugging into the system here at Family First Life, which is massive. Something that, years ago when I started, there wasn't a system. And Dan's been really instrumental in helping to build that system as well. For the agency, and simple things like what to write and when to write it, or how to scale your business from being a part-time agent to being a full-time agency owner. Something that hopefully is an end game for a lot of people that are out there. And first, we wanted to just start by telling our story. So obviously, Dan and I are married. We have 3 amazing and awesome daughters. Twins, Liv and Katie, and then our youngest, Delilah. So I wanted to tell you first about how I started, and then we'll talk about Dan. So I started in this business several years ago. I was an administrator for another insurance company. And, I pushed a lot of papers for a lot of people, and I noticed that they were making more money than me, obviously, right? Because I was a W-2 and living as paycheck to paycheck as possible, if not below paycheck to paycheck. And I really just started noticing that, again, they were making more money than me, but the thought of commission only was terrifying. We had 3 kids, a mortgage, we had all the things, right? And Dan decided, just to start pushing, right? Which I am overwhelmingly appreciative of course, but it was terrifying. And he just said, look, we're not gonna fail at this. And really what that came down to was just work. I went to work. And I started, with another company a few years into the business. And then about 18 months later, I found Family First Life, which is our home. And it's been unbelievable. I think I tripled my commission in the first, 7 months? Mm-hmm. 7 months. And it was something that we have ultimately, again, found our home here. So, what would you say, Dan, tell the story about where you came from, right?
Good. I didn't think I was going to get a chance to talk about me.
I do that. Sorry.
First of all, I'll talk about Tiffany a little bit. Everything that I've learned has been, I've learned everything from Tiffany. Tiffany and Matt, especially. Everything that I've done, the growth I'm having is what they've taught me. So I'm very appreciative for that. Talk a little bit more about Tiffany. When she said I pushed her to go commission only, it wasn't a push, it was a shove and a kick and a drag. Okay, but she did it. We're completely opposite people in many aspects. Most of you all who know us know that. We are the true testament that opposites attract. Okay, but I'm a gambler. She's not. This to me is very similar to it. You got to put all your chips on the table. You're going to lose. Where Tiffany is, hey, I won $20 and she quits.
I like to save my money.
Yes, very appreciative of where I'm at because of Tiffany and Matt. Where I came from, I was a maintenance supervisor for a government position. Absolutely miserable. I loved being in charge. Loved telling people what to do. But it was the wrong environment for me. I was there for 18 years. For the first 3, I loved it. For 15, I hated it. Tiffany, when she went to commission only, it was an excellent opportunity for our family. And then I would literally look at my phone every day, and it was like I was winning the lottery, seeing the deposit she was making. I'd be standing out on one of the major interstates here in Washington State, and I'd have semi-trucks whizzing by my head, and I would be holding my phone and looking at her deposits thinking, what the hell am I doing out here? And it just kept motivating me, and I kept telling Tiffany, I'm going to quit too. And I think she was a little bit afraid at first because I had the benefits and the medical for the children, for our kids. And then finally, I think it was Mike Killamit that had a conversation with Tiffany. And Mike, I thank you for this. Mike says, let that man quit.
That's like verbatim, that's what he said.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
And he quit the next day, by the way.
I quit the next day, and here I am now. I earned my own logo, which I'm super proud of. Family First Life Green Mountain, and it's all uphill from here. So super excited about what the future holds for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to share it with everyone else that we bring on board. You know, we're trying to bring on cold market, warm market, and get people blowing up faster than what we did.
Yes.
Everyone who knows us knows that we're really slow, but we're learning now. So
I think one of the things too, like, and this is the thing that I think people need to know, especially when they come into commission only. Also, that fear, right, is really huge for so many of us out there. But so many of you have to understand, like, you can start this part-time, right? You can start part-time and legitimately, you know, we have agents that started part-time and are doing $10,000 a month, still keeping their full-time jobs, and they're doing this on Saturdays. Something that, to be honest, when we first started, that wasn't really an option.
Right.
And now it's massive, and we want to help everyone on any level. Dan and I's, motto for the agency is we'll meet you where you're at. We just want you to find, success like we have, and really like change your entire financial future. What would you say, Dan, like now at this point, right? So you did like $258,000 on your own pen last year, which is phenomenal, super awesome.
I'm halfway there already this year.
Right? So on the road to Hall of Fame, it's going to be a very big red jacket. But what would you say at this point in time is the one thing that you're most focused on when it comes to, the agency, your agency, and the folks that you're getting to work with?
Their growth. I'm a coach by nature. I've coached everything from 3-year-old girls soccer to high school football. I was a collegiate athlete. I love being competitive. I love coaching. So right now, what I'm trying to do is bring on people that are close to us. I am focusing a lot on the warm market right now, and I want to see our friends and family, our loved ones win. I want to share everything that we're experiencing with them and then the world after that.
So would you say that you and I compete against each other?
No, it was very clear in the very beginning of this partnership here at FFL that Tiffany does not want to compete with Dan. Dan wants to compete with everyone, but we don't compete against each other. We've learned through trials and tribulation how to divide and conquer, and that's what we're doing this whole year. 2021 is the year to get it done. Tiff and I are kind of redirecting our efforts, and she's focusing on her focus, what she's good at, and I've been left to get out in the field and produce and grow my legs. So we know our roles, which is good.
So, like I said, guys, we just wanted to take a couple minutes and introduce ourselves. We're super excited about the climb because this business really is a climb, and it's about taking those one step at a time. Just keep your feet moving in front of each other, and anytime there's failure, you got to fail forward, right? You gotta keep hanging on to that mountain, keep moving forward, and we're here to help you guys do that. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, I want to add one thing to this. I do want to share where we came from the beginning. We were talking to our daughters last evening. Our kids all play competitive fast-pitch softball. They play around the country. They're really, really good. So I love them. We're super proud of them. But the story I want to share is this: we had found an old bat, softball bat. And for those of you who children play baseball or softball and baseball equipment is expensive, okay? Back when Tiff and I were living, it wasn't even paycheck to paycheck. It was, we made an art form of making a penny last longer than it should. Our daughters were struggling at the plate. I was their coach. The twins were struggling. I knew they needed a new bat, and we were broke. I found a way to buy them a $350 bat without telling Tiffany. And Tiffany showed up at the game, and in that particular game, both twins hit a home run when they were 10.
With new bat. With
the new bat. And it didn't take Tiffany very long to notice that it was a brand new, nice, shiny bat. And she kind of lost it from the stands. Now, that bat kind of symbolizes where we came from. In the last 2 months, Tiffany doesn't know this yet, but in the last 2 months, I bought in the twins 3 bats because the first 2 didn't work right. Now they're sharing the one that does. And we're comfortable enough to do that. And that's the moral of our story is, where we came from to where we are now to where we want to go. It's going to be an epic climb, and we can't wait to share it with you and bring along as many of you as we can.
Awesome. All right. See you guys next week. Bye.